Call Mr. Paul Frew. Mr. Frew.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, and I rise to support this motion. I commend my colleagues for bringing this motion before us today, and I do hope that it receives the support that it deserves. People who carry knives put themselves and others around them at any given time at risk of serious injury or even death. People who are caught in possession of a knife in a public place with no reasonable excuse, or who use a knife to commit an offence, should expect to be prosecuted and should expect to be put behind bars. It is important that the PSNI and Public Prosecution Service work hand in hand to try to make people aware that this behaviour would not be tolerated. But it is not just those agencies at the front line of enforcement. It is the Prison Service, the Probation Board, the Youth Justice Agency, Crime Stoppers and the educational establishments and society as a whole that needs to come on board here. Powers relating to offences involving knives and other offensive weapons have increased, with maximum sentences increased to 4 years imprisonment and/or an unlimited fine for having a knife in a public place or in school premises. Possessing an offensive weapon and offences relating to the sale or unlawful marketing of knives, including sale or unlawful marketing of knives, including sales of knives to persons under 18 years of age. This is a doubling from 2 to 4 years, which came into effect a number of years ago in 2008. I also supported then the first knife amnesty, which collected 900 potentially lethal weapons taken off the streets, and also the second knife amnesty, which took about 600 potentially lethal weapons off the streets. Not only did these amnesties take potentially lethal weapons off the streets, but they also raised awareness of the dangers of illegally carrying knives in public, and it has urged those who do so to stop. It's not so cool nowadays to carry a blade, and it's not for one's protection that you should carry a blade. In fact, it could lead to one's death. But still, many of our young people think it is acceptable to carry a knife. It is a status symbol that they think that makes them look hard or mean. I commend the Knives Ruin Lives campaign, which was aimed at 12 to 13-year-olds and was developed by the NIO, supported by the PSNI and the Youth Justice Agency and Crime Stoppers. Also, the Choices drama is said to be an extremely powerful play which should be used. But we still have a major problem in society, and it seems to be in North and West Belfast it's particularly bad. East and South Belfast, the problem is getting worse year on year. Now, I don't believe that. Certainly.
I'm just wondering, he just mentioned about North and West Belfast seems to be particularly bad, because I'm just wondering maybe where he got them stats from. Maybe if he could share that with the House, I'd be appreciated, because I haven't really seen that myself. But because I do believe that crime, especially night crime, can be bad all over the place. So I'm just wondering where them statistics came from. Thanks very much.
Certainly, I'll be able to get them that information for you at hand here very, very quickly. But again, not only Belfast, and I don't believe that our cities are worse than any other city in the UK. I believe we're actually better than some cities, Glasgow and London, and Manchester maybe in particular. But again, E District, D District and indeed G District are also far too high. And there seems to be a link maybe with our other cities. Now, this might be attributed to the build-up of population in these districts, but bear in mind that people who live in the countryside, who work on the farms, or who are indeed farmers, carry knives all the time, and yet they don't seem to have the same problem. So I do believe that it is a mindset and a society ill that we need to sort out here. I believe that we should increase the maximum penalty for the offences having a knife in what can be deemed as an inappropriate area or in a dangerous situation. You don't need a knife, a dangerous knife, in a bus station, surrounded by children, waiting to get a bus. You do not need a knife if it's at 1:30 in the morning and you're waiting for a taxi and you're eating a burger. You don't need a knife in them situations. I believe that we should continue to run further amnesties where over 1,500 knives were voluntarily surrendered in the previous 2 occasions. And I believe it does raise awareness, these amnesties. And I do believe that if we had our bins positioned better and a better response PR-wise and the media was to help us in this, I believe that it could be very effective. I believe that government departments from justice, education, employment and learning, health and social services should come together more efficiently and effectively to deal with this scourge. And it isn't just knives, of course. It's offences relating to crossbows and samurai swords. There's other weapons such as baseball bats and hurley bats. And remember that a plastic spoon in the wrong hands at the wrong time can be adapted to do terrible harm, as can pencils and lollipop sticks and broken glass. So it is a society ill and a mindset and an attitude which needs to be rectified. And we need to be in a better position to protect our young people, and to remove and to punish people who would persist in this type of behaviour. We need tougher policing, longer sentencing and a collective will by this House and Executive to clamp down hard on these.
Bring your remarks to close, please.
Thank you.